Ah, but there we go. Hello, hello, hello. How are we doing? V, I hope you're doing well. I'm a little bit late. Just a couple of hours. My sleep got messed up again last night. Usually happens in one or two ways. There'll just be a night where just randomly my body will just decide, no sleep for you. And then I won't be able to sleep, and then I'll fall asleep halfway through the following day, or the one that happened last night where I don't know if I just had a pretty crappy day or what it was, but there are some days where I will just pass out in the middle of the day. I just will not be able to stay awake, and I'll pass out in the middle of the day, and then I'll sleep for a couple of hours, and then I'll be awake until the middle of the day the following day, and that's what happened last night. So I have only just woken up. About, I don't know how long ago it was. An hour, maybe? Something like that? I'm not sure. Anyway, we're back. We have more stuff to do. More Thorncraft, maybe a little bit of bees. Good morning, afternoon, evening, I guess, technically for me. How you doing, V? And congrats again on passing the oral board thing. I don't actually know what that is, but it sounds positive, so, you know. I am glad you passed. How are you doing, though, man? I haven't done a great deal since last time. I did do a bunch of research. Well, I say a bunch of research. I did some research. I still need to do all of these at some point in the very near future, so I can start duplicating tantalum. But that is something for another time. I did do the electric boots of the Traveler. I did do those. I haven't done the nano boots of the Traveler yet. Those are forbidden knowledge. So we are going to have to get a little bit more warp when we research those, but I think we can live with that for now. Although I am still annoyed at the fact that they don't actually tell you how to deal with warp until you, I think, until you at least have a fair amount of warp to begin with. That kind of bugged me a little bit. But with that being said, there was one other thing that I did do the research for, and that was this. The Thaumic Restorer. I did do all the research for that. It does have very high instability, so I'm not sure if our little basement of skulls is enough for stabilization. I hope so. It should be. So in front of 4 people, and there are 7 questions. They aren't allowed to elaborate or clarify any questions, and they grade you on your answers. Score too low and you don't pass. Last time I scored, 207. This time I scored in the 250s. Needed 223 to pass. Oh, so it's pretty close last time then. That's good. I don't like the not being able to... I would suck so much at that. The not being able to elaborate or clarify on things. That would drive me up the wall. Because so many things, unless it was worded really, really well, that would drive me up the wall. Because like there's so many things that are just so kind of ambiguous that it could be taken any way. Candles do help with stabilization, but we don't have any candles at the moment, and I can't be asked to make them. We could just add more skulls if we need to. We have literally stacks and stacks and stacks of skulls. Plus our stabilization. What I'd really like to know is if we look at the Thaumic Restorer, it says instability 8. Now, according to our little abacus, we have a total stability booster of 23. Does that mean because that total stability booster is higher than that instability level, we are very unlikely to have problems? Or are they not kind of directly linked? As in, like, a one-to-one, like, if I had an instability of 8 and a... if I had an instability of 8 and I had a stability level of 7, that would kind of definitely be it would definitely fail kind of thing. I don't know how it works. One of the many things with this that I wish there was a little more documentation. But we have got a few skulls down here. We may have 3 layers of skulls, which we can expand outwards. Jess, how are you doing? Oh. But yeah, we have like 3 layers of skulls down here, which I'm hoping should be enough stability-wise. Have I just trapped myself in a hole here? No, we're fine. We're all good. Eventually, if we don't move this, eventually what I'm going to end up doing is I need those. Eventually, what we're going to end up doing here is basically put a glass ceiling on this and turn all these bits to glass as well. That way, we can at least see our basement of skulls, which is not in the least bit creepy. So yeah, the plan for today is it probably is gonna be a short stream since we started late, but the plan for today is basically try and get the Thaumic Restorer up and running. No, I'd never seen it before either. Like this is part of Witching Gadgets. It was something that gave us. I think it gave us it as a quest reward. Chloe, how you doing? How was your stream? I was lurking a little bit. Yeah, you get it as a quest reward for this. It basically just tells you what the stabilization is. So yeah, the Thaumic Restorer, for anyone who doesn't know, I don't really know how this thing works, but the general gist of it is you put items into it, you pipe Instrumentum Essentia into it, and it will repair whatever item is in there for the low cost of Instrumentum Essentia. That is the general gist of it. And the main reason I want this is because of the forestry frames. Because we're going to start working on these again soon. And we have a bunch of frames, and I don't want to recraft them because I'm lazy. It's fun, so we didn't get distracted off the Wi-Fi crash, so I ended up messing around with Mahou Sakai. Figuring out how you can dupe weapons. Yeah, I use the weapon duping in my All the Mods 10 playthrough. It's incredibly handy, especially if you dupe a weapon that's got mending on it. Like you just dupe it. Like if you, it's an easy way. If you haven't set up any other way, it's a reasonably easy way, albeit expensive in terms of Mahou, way of getting more God-forged pearls. Holy shit, I can't speak today. Did I mention I've only been awake for maybe an hour? I don't know, what time did I wake up? And I posted in Discord literally a few minutes after I woke up. And when did I wake up? Oh no, she's been just over an hour. Right, okay, let me clear some of the shit out of here, and then we'll start getting stuff together and seeing if we can make our Thaumic Restorer. I didn't actually look at what the catalyst was in that recipe. Oh, it's only a block of thaumium, that's fine. But yeah, Mahou Sakai, you're in All the Mods 9 as well, which means you've also got the Morgan. A non-nerf to hell Morgan. Which I think it was still nerfed a little bit. So it could only do up to around about... I think the innate damage cap on the Morgan is about 60,000 in All the Mods 9. Or it might be 50,000. I can't remember. It's some ridiculously high number. And then in All the Mods 10, they nerfed it to give it an innate damage cap of 60. Which is just ridiculous. Hey, Canel, how you doing? Oh no, that's not nerfed. I mean, 10k is still relatively low, but in All the Mods 10, it got nerfed to an innate cap of 60, which makes it completely pointless doing. I know when I played All the Mods 9, it was capped. Mine was doing over 60,000 damage. 3 is indeed a magic number. Hi, Guitar Lilin. How you doing? Right, okay, I'm already getting sidetracked here. The other thing I'm annoyed they did in all the mods 10 is they made it so that you could only have a personal kind of pool of like 20,000 Mahoo on you. Whereas I believe, at least last time I played all the mods 9, it was uncapped. So you could just set up a system for automatically generating it and just let it run and it would just keep going. Now you just, every now and then, you just have to go and store it in the mana batteries. No, you're not late. We've literally only started like 10 minutes ago, Guitar Lil, and you're, if any, I am the only person who is late today. And also dropped some frames as well, weirdly. Huh. But yeah, I started like 2.5 hours late today. Let me just exit Steam, make sure that's not doing anything randomly. How far into GTNH am I? Not far at all, really. We are currently very much into HV, but we've got we have got a bunch of quests we've got to claim still. Yeah, we're into HV, but we're taking a bit of a break from tech progression to work on some of the Thorncraft stuff. Once you seem to be holding on to yours and not fumbling them all away. That's good. But yeah, we're doing a little bit of Thorncraft progression at the moment. I came up here for something and I've already forgotten what it was. Can you tell I'm not awake yet? I forgot what I came up here for. There was a reason for it. There was an actual reason I came up here. Chat, what did I come up here for? Oh, right, I know what I came up here for. We had a bunch of, somewhere in here, we had a few loot bags I wanted to combine if I can, and yeah, we'll combine these and make a higher tier loot bag, and then we'll open that, and then we'll start working on making the Thaumic Restorer. And then hopefully today we can also get to setting up the Alveary. I've had all the blocks for the Alveary for weeks now. At least the basic Alveary. I just haven't set it up. Oh, and a couple of range shields as well that we got from loot bags. Almost got stuck in a car crash on the way home. Right where you're supposed to turn to get to your area. There was a serial crash and they were closing the roads. But you got past just in time. That's good. And it's good that you weren't involved in the crash as well. That would have been even worse. Yeah, I'm kind of holding off putting the boots of the Traveler on at the moment until we can actually upgrade them. Right, we're going to Adept Magic Loot Bag. And Chloe, thank you for the hydrate. Which, I don't think there's anything massively... If I get the boots of the Traveler out of this now... Oh, yeah, I'm glad you... It's definitely good that you saved the ice cream. Goes to his Thaumic setup for guess what he was doing. Hey, that's... I blame the warp. Heck no. If we get the boots of the Traveler now... No, we just got a bunch of filtered Ascension tubes. We did spend a bunch of time building those, making those last stream as well. But, you know, you can never have enough filtered Ascension tubes. All right. Let's claim the other quests and stuff now while we're here. I was in two minds about getting the large PTFE fluid pipes, but I honestly don't see that there's much point. I think we're just gonna keep going with the loot bags. The large PTFE pipes don't really have a huge use for us at the moment. On their own, if we're using the large PTFE pipes, we're going to need PTFE set up anyway. So I think we're just going to take the loot bags again, and then just hope for good RNG, and then complain when we don't get it. We've got the Eyes of Ender as well, which we don't have to choose. I don't know that there is wireless stuff in this version of Thorncraft. Are you talking about the ones for moving the Essentia around from like the Alembics? because I don't know if it's available in Thorncraft. In Thorncraft 4. I remember using it in interactions in the past and in other like 112 packs with Thorncraft in them. But I looked for the same things in Thorncraft 4 and they aren't there. So unless they're called something different, I don't know if they are available or not. I know we can use Ascension Mirrors. I know the Ascension Mirrors are there. So we could use those technically for the infusion crafting. But I don't think there's a way to kind of wirelessly distribute the Essentia out to jars or to the Thaumatoriums. If you do find out what the name of it was in this version, Hickenal, let me know, because I would love to be able to use that, because as much as I kind of understand the piping system a little better now, I still really dislike the Essentia pipe system. So if I can find a way of not having to use that, I mean, once we get to there's Thaumic Energistics later on. But since we haven't even got to applied energistics yet, I am assuming we can't get to that either. All right, let's see what we get out of our HV loot bags. Another digger's backpack. Yep, that's just what I needed. And oh shit, oxygen gear could be useful. I don't know how expensive that is to craft. Okay, that saved me quite a bit actually. That's not bad. I can live with that one, and some SMD diodes as well. Hey, Stardust. What's happening? At the moment, we're just going through some of our unclaimed loot bags. Since we're going to be able to duplicate Tantalum soon enough anyway, I'm just going to take the loot bags for that as well, and then we're going to go and upgrade those to HV. Oh, I haven't eaten the celery soup yet. Let's put that over here. Is that something we haven't eaten yet? Oh, also, weird thing I found out. Does cream have a lot of iron in it? Because for some reason, heavy cream is just pure metallum. I was very confused about that when I was looking up some stuff. But yeah, we're kind of working on making the Thaumic Restorer at the moment. Well, I'm actually, right now, I'm getting sidetracked because I've only just woken up. But we're kind of working on the Thaumic Restorer. We are theoretically working on the Thaumic Restorer. Yeah, but surely calcium doesn't have metallum in it, though, does it? Like metal in it. Like calcium is, well, calcium. Calcium is its own element, isn't it? Be weirdly, now that I'm only half awake, I can't even remember if calcium is its own element. Calcium's a metal, is it? Is calcium a metal? See, I know so little about, like, kind of chemistry and... You know what? I genuinely didn't realize that. I knew it was found in teeth, but I didn't realize it was a metal. I am definitely not awake enough for this. I can generally say the names of the elements. I don't necessarily know what they are or what they do. So even when I'm awake, I don't know that. All right, we also got some capacitors. That's kind of interesting, actually, Stardust. That's quite cool. Right, we're going to put the oxygen gear away in there. You know I will forget that I have that oxygen gear, right? But see, this is the thing. I'm not an intelligent person when it comes to this stuff. I'm just good. Like, when it comes to things like Greg Tech, I don't necessarily know what the elements are. I'm just quite good at reading NEI. Oh, no, I didn't miss it. Essentia Coil. Nope. No Essentia Coils. That's all GT stuff. Nope. Does not look like we have Essentia Coils. Oh. Apparently it's giving us an EBF. And why is it giving us sodium batteries? At least give us decent batteries. Jerks. That is not the input chest. All right. I think we've got most things that we're going to bother claiming at the moment. There's this that I haven't bothered to claim, mostly because I want to keep this here so I can keep referring back to this. We've got balanced shards, which gives us another novice magic thing. And this, which I'm going to take the void jar, because we haven't actually got a void jar at the moment, or unlocked void jars. And since we don't have a loot bag option, oh, we've got glowstone torches as well. Nice. Hey, Zodo. How you doing? Right, okay, now let's stop getting sidetracked, and we'll make everything we need to do for this. Hey, Freefall, how you doing? Right, gold plate, iron plate. Do we have any of these plates at the moment? We've got tin plates. We've got stone plates. We don't have... Oh, we have a diamond plate. We need a diamond plate, right? Yeah, we need a diamond plate. We need gold. We need iron. Okay. Diamond, gold, and iron plates. Hardened leather. We need wax and tanned leather. I should have the wax down here. Wait, was it 2 leather to 1 wax, or... Yeah. Oh, and I was cooking some silver earlier as well. Everything going okay with Thorncraft? We haven't really done anything yet today, or since last stream. The only thing I did was a little bit of research to get the electric boots, the Traveler, and the Thaumic Restorer. Researched. Other than that, though, everything's going fine. I will eventually stop getting sidetracked, V. Maybe. I make no promises, though. Right, we do need a thaumium plate. I think all of our thaumium's actually back up here. Thaumic Energistics is in the pack, but since we don't even have applied Energistics yet, I feel like getting to Thaumic Energistics is unlikely. But yeah, Thaumic Energistics is in the pack. Right, I need to get this a lot more organized. Right, we need 10 of these, don't we? Hey, Kaz. How's it going? I'm pretty sure we got the enchanted fabric up there already. Probably, yeah, but it's something that's much later. Well, not much later on. It's a little bit later on than we currently have access to. Wait, I've already done it. You got sick, and that sucks. Hopefully you're at least relaxing a little bit. Right, reinforced glass replace. I didn't have any reinforced glass left over, did I? Oh, shit, I did. Oh. Your cat is being extremely attached. Cats will do that, as I understand it. Right, we can just do this in LV cotton, right? Yeah. Yeah, in terms of Essentia, it's actually not that bad. It's just to sort out. It's just at this stage, it's quite slow to actually do anything with it. Working on PNZ now. I mean, that could be potentially considered relaxing. Also, I just called it PNZ, didn't I? I meant PNZ. I've got to call it by the right name. I'm a Brit after all. Kaz. It's a Z. I'm sure we've been through this before. Can I have my things, please? Thank you. All right. And hopefully you are done. You are. So is that everything that we need? There's a good chance we're going to have to replace some of these items if it breaks. Or if it fails.
Seven heart Chucky hug Larvit 1 heart Larvit 1 heart.
Larvy with the 42 months. Can we get some love and hearts in chat? How you doing, Larvy? How have you been? Two, three, four, five, six, seven. And then we just need the one piece of fabric. I gotta find something to do with that digger's backpack now. We really don't need it. We've already got two of the woven ones. Addicted to Monster Hunter stories? What the shit? V!
We will be at 100 months by the end of the year.
Quite possibly, V. Assuming I keep streaming. I might just stop when you hit 99 months and just never stream again. Although I guess technically you could still get up to 100 months at that point. You would just be doing it for no reason. But V, thank you so much, man. 91 months. Almost at that 100. No, the only reason I would stop would be the usual reasons, i.e. basically depression. Total stability booster 23. Total instability of this infusion 8. So I'm assuming that should be fine, right? Well, oh wait, no, we can't. I was about to try and start it then. Muppet. We're still missing just a few bits. Right, let's make sure we know exactly what we need from these. So 32 Fabrico, 32 Instrumentum, 16 Auto, 16 Precantatio, and 8 Potentia. Okay, so Instrumentum, I already know what we're using for those. Although I haven't actually made any of them and scanned them yet, I don't think. But I do know that long stone rods are very good for, or just basically a pure source of Instrumentum. I think we can do those by putting these in a lathe. We will find out soon enough. And then that should give us all the Instrumentum we need. We're going to be making a whole bunch of these for when we actually have the Thaumic Restorer set up. Yeah, they're just kind of pure Instrumentum. which is nice. I'm going to put that in there for now, I guess. I don't know. We don't need the watering can just yet. That was mostly used just so we could grow our... What are they even called? The primal shrooms? Or primal vish shrooms? I can't remember the actual name of them. It's too early for this. Right, okay. So, Fabrico, what do we have? Hang on, let me just grab those, this is the one thing, Thorncraft is the one thing I will use slightly more external help for. Because the documentation in game is not always the greatest. All right, so Fabrico. Oh, crafting tables are purely Fabrico, apparently. Which that would make a lot of sense. So if we just make... Do I have a stack of flint? Oh. Apparently holding a stack of wood has given me quests. I don't have a stack of flint. Do I have I should have an easier way of making flint now, right? I mean, I could just make it with gravel. We've got plenty of gravel. Or I could sift gravel, but that takes way too long. We could also do this with a mortar, but again, doesn't really matter. That should give us... Why am I putting my... Anyway, yeah, they give us 4 each. All the info that I'm looking up, Stardust, is via the GTNH wiki, so it's likely to be up to date. We've already got a source of Ordo. We've already got a source of Precantatio, although it also gives us Arbor as well. Potentia? What do we want to use for Potentia? Apparently, the one pure source of Potentia is redstone conduits. I don't think we're going to be breaking those down somehow, so I guess redstone it is. I am going to have to expand my little Essentia storage setup, though, already. Because we're already running out, which means I'm also going to have to make some more arcane bellows as well. Which should be easy enough. Please tell me I have some tanned leather left. I do. Excellent. So 2 tanned leather, 4 grey wood slabs. The 2 air shards are easy enough, and then we just got to do the piston. Oh, I'm out of tin cables. Interesting. I knew that was going to happen eventually, but... Okay. If we're doing 2 stacks, how much rubber is that going to be? I'm assuming it's 144 for each tin cable. Yeah. So 128 times 144. 18,432. What else am I missing? Great wood slabs. Do I have great wood slabs available? Of course not. Ooh, I haven't quite got all the tin wire there yet. There we go. All right, we'll grab those two. Should be everything we need. There's piston. We should have our 4 slabs. Then we just need the air. And we should be good. Well, we should be good if I have enough V. Which, of course, I don't. Of course, it's air that we need, and that's the one thing we have the least of. Obviously. We got everything? I think we got everything. That should hopefully be enough. Yeah, there we go. So we've got another arcane bellows. It does... Oh, no, we made a bunch of extra Essentia buffers, didn't we? And thankfully, we did get those filtered Essentia tubes, which makes this a little bit quicker. Oh, shit. Is he... He's, like... He's... Overall, he's okay, though. Obviously, like, having broken an arm is not good, but he's... It's not more serious than that, I hope. Right, so if we have the next buffer there, and then we bring these across. I don't need my wand again. Got a wee-woo trip to the hospital. I mean, so long as he's okay. I mean, wee-woo trips to the hospital are always fun. You get all the sirens and everything, but you want to make sure he's okay. Right. All the squeaky bits again. Uh-huh. Right, I might have done too many there, I think. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, no, we're fine. We're good. I did the perfect amount.
Oh, I see. Running away, you yellow bastard!
Like, all right, no worries, V. Enjoy the lag, man. I appreciate it. As far as I know, so all okay except for the arm. I'd have morphine for the pain. Ouch. Yeah, that doesn't sound fun. Right, now the next thing is, do I have any jars? I might need to make a few more. Oh no, we're good for jars in a minute. We should be okay for now. The only downside with this little setup is that it needs to be a little bit more manual. Right, and then we put the bellows on there, so the Essentia can flow through up to there, and we should, I think, be good. Right, let's try it with the Fabrico. I don't think we've got Fabrico anywhere in here, have we? That's Arbor. No, we haven't got any Fabrico in there at the minute, so let's just put a couple of them in. Make sure this is still doing what we want it to do. So the Fabrico should come down into here. I need one of those. And I need that. Ooh. Are you being a pain in the ass and not doing what you're supposed to do? Did I break things? Wait. Do I already have... I don't already have Fabrico, do I? Where the hell did that go? Oh, Lord. Oh, wait, have I screwed this up? And, wait a minute. I think I was supposed to do that. Not that should have made a difference. But where did my Fabrico... Oh, okay, it made its way all the way around to there, apparently. Did not bother with that one. Okay, well, that's fine, as long as it's somewhere. Although I think I would prefer to move this down here. Oh, I know why that's... I know why it did what it did. That's fine. Basically, the reason why that did what it did was because this was an unlabeled jar. So an unlabeled jars have a suction of 32, and these nodes, when they have a one bellows on them, have a suction of 32. So basically, it was going to go either up or down, and it chose this direction. So it went up to there, and then kind of moved around from there rather than going into there, because both of those would have had the same suction level. Wait, the hospital actually, like, they actually said that? That's kind of shitty, Guitar Lola. Right, we'll do a little bit more of that. We don't need more of it, technically, but we'll do it. Okay, Essentia tubes can go back in there. Oh, wait, where did the void jar that I... Oh, did I just place the void jar down somewhere? Where did I put the void jar? Oh, it's there. Never mind. No, the bellows has to go there. It has to go there, because basically what the Essentia buffers do is... Hang on, can I find my resonator? Basically, what the Essentia buffers do is they limit the suction to 1 untyped. So basically, if the suction there was only 1 untyped, like no matter where I put that, it would still, like, the rest of these would be limited. So I could put that at the end there, and it would just have the suction into this particular one as 32, but the rest of these would all be 1. So since that only had a suction of 1, it would not be able to pull from this block 2 blocks away, so it wouldn't be able to kind of go up and round. Does that make sense? So that has to be there to give that high enough suction to be able to pull it up to here. The only way I could potentially get around it is if I moved it up one more block and across. But the whole reason of having these is like is because they do limit the suction to 1. So basically, they have an untyped suction of 1, so they will always be able to pull from the previous buffer, and then it will pull along here. And then as soon as it gets to a place where it's filtered out on the side, so if you look here, that's got a suction of 63 Fabrico as opposed to 31 untyped. So obviously, if it's got Fabrico, it's always going to come into here. Or if it's got Alienus, it's always going to come into here. Because the suction from this is higher than the suction from this, or this. That's kind of the way the filtering system works. Which part of Thorncraft is my favourite? The part where I never have to do it again, generally. No, I don't know. With the 112 versions of Thorncraft, that's my my favourite part. I'm not a big fan of Thorncraft in like 112. But I haven't played enough with Thorncraft in 1.7 to really say. We've still got a bit of it's got a bit of learning to do with this. And as much as I complain about it, I do like the majority of, I like the challenge of the Essentia Tube system, but some of the ways it works are just frustrating. Like trying to automate the Thaumatorium with multiple recipes in any kind of elegant way is very difficult. Yeah, the aesthetic, that actually, if I was to say anything was my favorite part of it, it would be that. The aesthetic is really nice. Like this as a multi-block is just so cool to see. It's funny, and Josh Power seems to be trying to fill the whole of the Thermal series left. Oh, really? I kind of wish Thermal would do that. I much prefer Thermal. Wait, what was it we needed? Ordo, wasn't it? Yeah, which we've only got one of. What were we using for Ordo? There's one of the things in here. I think it was beeswax, wasn't it? Yeah, if we just put 16 beeswax in there, that should go out into here. The only time this will kind of somewhat break is when one of the jars fills up. And basically all that should happen at that point is it should flow through up to the next unlabeled jar. And then all you do is you take that unlabeled jar, label it, put it down where the other one was, and then move the other one over to the side. Why are those there? They shouldn't be there. Also, you should be there, because that should be Arbor. And the Herber goes here. I wonder if I do that. Will that pull from there? No, because that's got a higher suction, hasn't it? That actually, one of the things I did research would allow me to deal with that. But I can't be bothered to make it this. The Essentia funnel. You grew tired of managing your jars with files. To that, you created this new mechanism to transfer the contents of one into another. By placing this block above a hopper and right-clicking it with a filled jar, if the hopper is pointing into a jar that's either empty or of the same aspect, the contents of the jar will be transferred over. So basically that would allow me to transfer this into here, but I can't be bothered to make it right now, so we're just going to put you down there. And the Ordo is done. Some people really like Thorncraft. You don't. I'm not just saying that. Sure, it looks pretty cool, but the virtual headaches and spelling clue. Yeah, that's the thing that I dislike. I mean, I don't mind those mechanics. I don't mind having those kind of mechanics in there. I just wish they would document them a little better and make them a lot more readable. Like, have the story there for them, but also have just like a plain text section at the end that says, this is how this works. That's what I'd like to see. Because my biggest complaint with Thorncraft is the fact that you can screw up your world by messing it up. And then they don't give you clear documentation on how to not mess up. So it is very much a fuck around and find out kind of mod. When it can have catastrophic effects on your world, that's not good. So anyway, right, Precantatio. I don't think we... Oh, no, we should have Precantatio now. Oh, yeah, we got... Why have we got so much Precantatio? I have no idea. But we got plenty of Precantatio. That is kind of fun. Although you do have the option of just scanning chests. Once you unlock that research. I actually don't mind the research minigame in this either. Yeah, exactly, Zodo. Like, if there are severe problems with, like, things that can cause severe problems, I feel like they should always be well documented. Otherwise, it's just going to be frustrating. Like, we have got a tainted area. Thankfully, it is a long-ass way away from our base. We do have, like, a tainted land over there. But it's kind of annoying. Right, so we got the auto. We do need to go and get our long rods to do our instrumentum. 64 of those. That should fill up one jar, so we'll go and start that going now. Yeah, exactly. And like the thing is, you don't know when you're gonna, because of the way the quest book works, or the guidebook works as well. Things are locked or hidden until you unlock them. So you don't know, like, what, like this, like what are these? Are these anything to do with? I'm assuming these are to do with node tapping rather than warp or anything like that. But I don't know what these are. I don't know what's coming up. I don't know what I need to work towards research-wise. And then you've also got the researches that there are certain ones that give you warp. Like, I know the Nano Boost of the Traveler give you warp. They're not much warp, but they do give you warp. And there are other bits that do as well, and it's like, I wish there was better documentation on how to manage this. Like, all the documentation is probably there, but it's just locked. Or you can find it online, which I've already been through several times, my thoughts on having to go outside of a game in order to... Why is it skipping to the... Oh... I know why it's skipping to those, and I also know why I left one block of space here now. Well, when this is finished, we'll fix that. Basically, all we need to do is we just need to have an extra pipe here and an extra buffer there, and then have the... Oh, actually, that won't even work, will it? Will that work? Oh, it won't matter. Once we get these labeled, it'll be fine anyway, but... Because the thing that's basically happening right now is... This, I get same thing. This has a suction of 32. This has a suction of 32. It's choosing this one. Once we get both of these labeled, it'll be fine. Because like that is like 31 untyped. And then that is... Wait a minute. Why is that doing that? Because that's only got a suction of 1 untyped. So why is it pulling to there before it pulls to here? Because my maths isn't the best, especially when I've only just woken up. But I'm fairly sure that 1 is lower than 31. I'm almost positive. Huh. Just by just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit higher. So that makes no sense. Oh, unless it's conflicting because that's a suction of 32 and that's a suction of 32, and then it just kind of doesn't choose one of those and then just goes with the other one for some reason. It should be easily fixed. Just bring this line up a little bit further back and it should be fine. We just need you and you. I think we just want to go there, there, and get rid of you. And there. Can I get on top of here? Not without my piston boots. Hold on. Hold on. By the way, I've decided I'm not going to bother using my Boots of the Traveller until I can upgrade them properly. So that'll be like that. That needs to have a suction there to 1. That needs to be throttled. So yeah, that should pull up to there, and then yeah, because this, I think because that should have been 1 block back and not on one of the ones that's attached to the jars. Anyway, there we go. We've got our instrumentum. Finally, we need potential, which we're going to use a little bit of redstone for. That will also give us Machina, which I don't believe we have yet. So we'll see if this now works. Have we got Machina yet? No, we'll see if this now works then. Wait, do I have potential? I don't actually see if I have potential or not. No, do not have potential either. Yeah, there we go. Now it's gone into the first one. Hey, life. What's happening? I don't want to say screwing up Thormcraft. I'm just making very minor mistakes. How are you doing? And my day would be going better if I hadn't only woken up about 2 hours ago. Which was already a little bit late for the stream. Right, which one is which of these? You are Machina. Which is you. And you are Potential. How did you restart your Aldermon's challenge thing? Yeah, live. Got some Taco Bell flunch because you have poor impulse control. One of the reasons why I don't end up ordering food very often is A, it's expensive, and B, if I start doing it, I will probably end up doing it far more often than I can afford. But yeah, now we just gotta wait till this all dissipates or gets distributed. On the plus side, though, Life, you will at least have some really nice food. Well, hopefully nice food. I've never actually had Taco Bell before, so I don't know how good or bad it is. Okay. That needs to get up to 64, so we're going to be here for a little bit. But once we have that, we will have all of the essential we need, I think. Should be 22 Fabrico, which we've got 48. Sorry, 30. That should have been 32, shouldn't it? 32 Fabrico, which we've got 48. 32 Instrumentum, which we have 64. Ordo, which we have 49. Precantatio, which we have lots. Potentia, which we only need 8, and we will have 64 of when this is done. We should be good. Let's sell some lime peppered chicken bites. That sounds pretty good, actually, Dodo. I have to say. I have a lot of respect for mod devs, more so since trying it yourself. I looked at it once and then just realized I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and B, didn't really have any good ideas. So yeah, like you, I also have a lot of respect for mod devs and pack devs as well. At least the ones the ones that take the time to actually put effort into their packs. Okay, so potential. So we need the potentia. We need the precantatio. I mean, I think the same thing applies for both mod devs and pack devs, is that the amount of crap you guys probably have to deal with when it comes to users of your mods and their expectance of you. I imagine that's got to get pretty frustrating at times. Oh, where's me instrumentum? There's me instrumentum. And Fabrico. Does the placement of the jars matter? No, it doesn't seem to. It's not complaining about any instabilities with that. There we go. Right, so let's just double check everything before we start this. Ordo, we needed 30. We needed 16 Ordo. We have 16 Ordo. Precantatio, we needed 16. We have 64. Instrumentum, we needed 32. We have 64. Potentia, we needed 8. And we have 64. And Fabrico, we needed 32. And we have 48. We also have all of our ingredients. We know we got all our ingredients because it actually tells us its instability rating. So we should be good, right? Right? See, that freaking out freaks me out. Every time. You want to make mods for Minecraft and Hytale, but you have no clue what you want to make? That's always my problem. I always want to come up with something unique and different, but I just don't have the creativity when it comes to that kind of thing to come up with good ideas. I will leave that to more creative people than me. I just use them and complain about their documentation. So if there are any mod devs out there, please document your mods properly. I know it's a pain in the ass, but it does make it a lot easier for people to use your mods. Lordcraft. Yeah, Lordcraft was not the best documentation. I like the presentation. I didn't mind like the presentation of their guidebook for Lordcraft, but the information wasn't the best. I did actually, once I knew how it worked, I did actually quite like the mod. But there we go. We have a Thaumic Restorer, which we need to find out where we're going to put this. Pipe some liquid instrumentum into this bad boy, and you can repair anything with vanilla durability. It doesn't work on blood magic potions, TIC tools, GT tools, and tools with charge. Every point of instrumentum equals 8 points of durability. So with one full jar of instrumentum, you can do, what, 512 durability? That's not bad, given the like the frames, which are one of the main things we wanted to use this for, are going to be. If we just put this down somewhere, hold on. Put you there, and wait, are we on a chunk border here? I don't think it matters too much, but yeah, that's fine. Right, put you on top of there. Oh wait, no, hold on. I'm assuming the little hole here is where we need to pipe in the Essentia. So I'm going to assume that he does draw the Essentia to it as well. So we should just have to do this and then put Essentia into here. So let's put all these back. I kind of wish this would, like, when you know above the your health and hunger bars and what have you. I wish it would tell you what was in there rather than having to go into here. Where was Potentia? That was here, wasn't it? Yeah. We are now left with a half-empty jar of Precantatio, but that's fine. We can live with that. And then Instrumentum. Actually, the Instrumentum we'll just put down here for now so we can test this out. Can I get another Instrumentum label? Thank you. And then the auto goes there. And we'll just label that. Right, so let's see. Does it work with Tinker's tools? Let's try with the goggles revealing. Of course, with my goggles revealing... Oh, yeah, there we go. With my goggles revealing not being on, I can't see how much Essentia or how much Instrumentum we got in there. But that appears to work. Right, if I remember rightly, it said it emits a redstone signal while it is repairing. Or maybe not. Although that was probably repaired pretty much instantly. Does it work with Tinker's tools? No, it doesn't work. I can't remember what it... Did it say Tinker's tools? Oh, yeah, TIC tools. Have we got anything else we can repair? Oh, does it work with GT tools? Ooh. Can I repair? Did it say those as well? Fuck me. I wanted to repair my wire cutters. Have I even got anything? Oh, flint and steel should work, right? Okay, so I'm pretty sure it said it emitted a redstone signal when it... was repairing... The witching gadgets? No, where was it? It was, not electromagic tools. Thaumic bases? Why can I not remember where this was? Redstone current will be emitted while an item is being repaired. You cannot, Toro, no. We do not do song requests. Ah, that's a GT tool as well, so I can't even repair that. Oh, I can repair my chisel, though. At least partially. Yeah, it might not be. It might just be that it's only from a particular side, but Or maybe it's just not a strong redstone signal. That shouldn't matter. Hold up. We're probably out of instrumentum now anyway. We put that down there. Let's go and get some more instrumentum. Did I put another jar in there? I did. So where was the restorer again? Oh, would you at least tell me which tab you're in? Because I can't for the life of me remember. It wasn't witching gadgets. Definitely wasn't energistics. Thaumic tinkering? Thaumic tinkering, there we go. Yeah, redstone current will be emitted while an item is being repaired. Doesn't appear to be. But there we go. That is, we have a Thaumic Restorer now at least, so we can now restore stuff. It's always nice. Just want to wait till that hits 64, and then we'll move it over there. We will find a better system of doing this. Well, what we'll probably end up doing is making a dedicated alchemical furnace purely for making instrumentum. But now that we've got this, I kind of got to decide whether I want to use... You know my thoughts on calling anything the best way to do anything. What way did you discover, Chloe? Yeah, that is definitely not emitting a redstone signal from anywhere. That does chew through instrumentum, though. Holy shit. That was... Bringing that over here was kind of useless. That's fine, though. We don't really need to repair this. I was just kind of curious how well it would work out. Seems to do okay. Alright. Well, let's put you down there. And we'll start stockpiling instrumentum for a while. Oh, that works. Right, I forgot to switch out of my Dawncraft stuff. Right, let's see if we can go and set up the Alveary. Like, that was one of the reasons I was doing this, was so I could get the Alveary set up. We are going to have to look at some of the upgrades for it, though, like the thing for using frames with it. Was that for right now. And also, we're going to have to make a little platform to do this on, which the idea was that it was basically going to extend this out at the back, just like a little way into this chunk, and then have Like, just for now, just one Alveary on here, and then we could potentially add in more around here as well. Annoyingly, I didn't center this on a chunk, which I have no idea why I did that. Or didn't do that, more accurately. So that is not like me at all. All right, let's go and grab some stuff so we can do some building. And also get rid of all that lot. Right, so we are going to need some cobblestone. Probably more than that, but that'll do for now. Some deep slate bricks. And some of those. And let's build up a little bit of an area to put this. Now, we're not going to be doing a huge amount with the Alveary today. I just want to get it set up and figure out how it works. And everything like that. Because I have never actually used the Alvearies before. So this is going to be slightly new for me. And as per usual, this does not mean I'm looking for input from people. I've also forgotten to put a bunch of stuff away. Like, I don't need you. No, I need you. I don't need you. I don't need you. I think I am actually going to leave this up here because we have no use for this anywhere outside of this area. We'll keep the boots of the no, I'll pull the boots of the traveler away as well. We're not going to use those until we are ready to upgrade them anyway. Right, so how far out we're going to need? You're transitioning into a cyborg. I mean, I wish you the best of luck with that, Zodo. I imagine the rewiring process can probably be quite uncomfortable. Right, so we want this. How are we going to transition out of... Speaking of transitioning, how are we going to transition out of here into like an area out here? I think we kind of... Is it going to matter with the Alvearies if they cross a chunk border? Like, will it cause problems with the Alvearies if they cross a chunk border? Because I would have liked to have had like at least one extra block here, and then do kind of like the 3x3 for the Alveary. The first Alveary's like here, and then we could obviously mirror that on the other side, and then do a little row of them out this way, assuming we make more. Is that going to matter with the Alveary? Apparently, according to Google's AI, apparently yes, but so we're gonna have to do even more. We're gonna have to go back to here then, aren't we? This is where the first Alveary is gonna have to be. I guess that works out okay, because then we can just bring this out from here, like we can. I do want to continue the roof over here. Obviously, we're gonna have to leave the area open for the Alveary, but I do want to continue the roof over here, and if we can continue it from here, that won't be too bad. Also, I'm still very much putting off draining this lake, which is something I very much need to do. Well, need would be a strong word for it. I would very much like to do. Just so I can kind of mess with the terrain a little bit underneath the water without it being a major pain in the ass. Right, so I'm going to need a lot of cobblestone here for this, aren't I? I think we want to go out. If we go out with, like, enough space for... Actually, I think I'd like this to be a little lower than here. Looking at it, I'd like there to be, like, a little step down. And then have the alvearies a couple of, like, a block or so below there, just to add a little bit of height variation to things. So, like, have a stair down here, and then just have, like, one block below, have the alvearies. I might have to do some more torch spam over here as well for now. Yeah, so it'll be an alveary there, and then I don't know how much space I'm going to need in between them. Like, would one block of space be enough? Like, could we access everything we need to from, like, the bottom of here? Hey, Tyler. I think we leave 2 blocks of space, though. I think that might be better. How's it going? It's going all right today, so far, at least. I was a little bit late for stream. But otherwise, things pretty good. Yeah, so I think we want to go to, like, kind of have 2 blocks in between each. And then we just got to fill all of this in. And if we just put a few alvearies down here, oh, we'll get. I think we should be able to give ourselves space easily enough for like 6 alvearies, and that should be enough until we move everything to an area that will be a more finalized bee breeding location. And Tyler with the posture check and hydrate. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. More importantly, Tyler, how are you doing? So it should be 2 blocks out from there. So it'll be, what, 1, 2... So there, I think, would be the alveary, where the alveary on the other side would go. And then there. Not too bad, just a minor headache. You'd love to catch the source of them. Yeah, I'm in this kind of the same boat as you. I get almost daily headaches now. And I don't really know what causes them. It's frustrating. The most frustrating thing really is, like, the headaches are crappy, without a doubt, but, like, the not knowing what's causing them so you can't do anything about it is just so frustrating. So at least if you knew what was causing them, you could do something to fix it. But when you don't know, it's just a ton of trial and error. Mine aren't quite that bad, or they probably may well be that bad. I just don't go to the doctors about them to get anything like that. But yeah, that does not sound fun. Hopefully, I really hope you manage to figure out what's causing them sooner rather than later. I'm actually in two minds at the minute whether I want to do this as a roofed area or whether I want to do this as a more of a grassy kind of open air kind of area. I'm kind of feeling more a grassy area actually, just so that we don't have to deal with trying to make an aesthetically pleasing way to poke 3x3 holes in the roof. Because I really can't be bothered to do that. Wait. All right, yeah. As I remember, since being hospitalized with pneumonia, you have less headaches and migraines than you used to. I don't know, but that's definitely not a bad thing. Not the best way to go about improving those kind of problems, admittedly, but oh, do I want to do this with something else so that we don't have to deal with the flowers out? Oh, that's the one reason for not doing it with grass, is that we don't have to deal with the flowers. Hey, random. I think part of the problem was you were pretty dehydrated half the time. I mean, I know on some occasions that's definitely the issue I have. But definitely not all of them. When all you need is nether core, so you must sift more soul sand. If only I could get nether quartz by sifting soul sand. Wait, why have I got... Those are in the wrong place. Right, so that would take care of those. Have we got... I wonder if moss... Have we got moss in here? Was that backported? Oh, moss wasn't backported. There is topiary grass. That is 4 seeds and 1 dirt for each one. I'm assuming that flowers will not grow on this. Right, did I fill in the corners on these? I didn't. Okay. Oh, I never switched those out either. Those are all still cobblestone. Oops. Right, so we came up to... Was it there? I think I actually want to do this one back from there. And maybe... like that. Wait. Yeah, I was gonna say, wait. Which one have I done the wrong height? Is this one? This side needs to be higher. And then we need to do grass of some description. Up here. And unfortunately, it is looking like... topiary grass. Does anyone know if... flowers will spread onto topiary grass? Because I have no idea. I'm pretty sure I haven't got enough seeds to make topiary grass anyway. No, I've got 12 whole seeds. That's not... Oh, I've got a stack of wheat. Can I make seeds out of wheat? Don't even know what it is. It's basically just another form of grass. Oh, come on. But I don't think plants can be placed on it. It just looks like normal grass. Ah. I don't know. The problem with the vibrant grasses is they generally need pasture seeds. And to make the pasture seeds, we need mana generation. And we don't have any mana generation yet. I think I'm going to have to do this as a... because I don't know for sure if the flowers will spread onto this. I think they will, based on the fact that we can place them on there. So I think what we're going to have to do is just do this with Greywood. Which I would have preferred to avoid. Doing the whole thing as wood, because it just, I don't know, it's supposed to be somewhat gardeny. Every, thank you for the bits. Not the bees. We are doing the bees. We have to do the bees. The bees need to be done. Unfortunately. How you doing, Every? I guess we can find out if these will, if flowers will spread to these. If we take out like these, just a few here. Because they look exactly the same as grass. So if we just take out a few there and see if they... if flowers spread to them, we'll find out from there, I guess. My badge got our 2-hour meeting for a new PBX. Your brain's ready to eat candy instead of grind gears. I mean, that's fair. That seems like a reasonable response to that situation. I really wanted to give that a nice gardeny feel over there. And we can't do that if flowers spread onto these. We'll find out soon enough if they do. I think for now we're gonna have to do it with Greywood though. So I don't know, said often, but I wouldn't say, I wouldn't go that far, Alveary, but thank you. I am an okay builder. We are going to have to go around with the torch spam, though, and get rid of the dark spots around here. Just so that if... because the last thing I want to have happen is any of my Alveary blocks get blown up by a creeper. It shouldn't happen now, given that we have mob griefing turned off, but... this is GTNH, so... who knows what's going to happen. Okay, those 3 stacks did not go anywhere near as far as I thought. Is 2 stacks going to be enough to finish this off? Should be. What's my problem with creepers? I mean, I don't like them blowing up expensive shit, Tyler. Otherwise, they always just hiss at me as well, and it's just rude. No FTB utilities, though, Alveary. It's now been switched to server utilities. So we wouldn't even have that protection, even if it was a thing. Yeah, it's server utils now. I don't know. I don't actually know if server utils has a thing to prevent that. But we have got mob griefing turned off, and so far, none of the explosions I've heard from my mob farm since then have actually destroyed anything. So I think the mob griefing turned off thing should be fine, but I would not stake my base on it. I may well have done, Moon. Oh yeah, I did. We'll sort that out later. Well, no flowers yet. How are we doing for tin combs? Not very well. Right, so we have a little area here. I think I am going to have to get some fences sorted out in here. Unfortunately, they're not going to stop mobs actually getting in. I had a bunch of architecture craft railings. Oh, they're called balustrades, not railings. Because these are pretty much what I've been using for railings. Right, so it must be 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, we kind of want to put these, I guess. Oh, I was going to say we want to put these. Sparkly bits. I was going to say we want to put these where the Alvearies are going to be, but we can't really do that unless we extend this by an extra block, which I don't really want to do. So I guess we just do something like that. That's not really going to work, though, either. Ah, this is going to be awkward, isn't it? Those are fluid dynamics. Kind of. What is it you need to know? Oh, that works. 5 blocks in between each works. Perfect, right. We need to get the newels for the corner. I think there's newels, they're called, in the corners. I ran out. Alright, let's grab... How many stacks of torches do I have left? Only 3. Well, let's go and do some more torch spam, and we'll grab some more of the balustrades while we're here. 2 fluids that you need to go to one machine. Can Laser IO send both using one card? Yes. Well, technically 2 cards, one for the input, one on the input side, one on the output side. But yeah, you can do it with just a single card. Launch as much, and I think you're gonna relook at the mod you wanted to make and see how hard it'll be to make. Hopefully not too hard. Right, we're just keeping the plain balustrades, I think. We do need... I think we need these. I think they're the ones we need. AK, how you doing? Still no flowers, but admittedly we haven't left it overly long. I am going to try and do some slightly nicer lighting in here from the start. We're going to put torches here now, just while we're building it, but I am going to try and get some lighting in here. Maybe I'd kind of like to do some almost like strip lighting down here. So I want to start getting into a little bit more kind of... Now that we're starting to expand a little bit, and their culture is of these people are starting to expand a little bit. We want to kind of expand a little bit with like the way the lighting is done. I start giving them something a little bit more interesting, kind of things like this, like light strips like this. I would have preferred something other than glowstone, actually. I think for these, but glowstone kind of works for now. But I like to do something somewhat similar to that. I have a bit of an idea for it. First things first, though, we do need to torch spam so that we can avoid creepers and explosions. I like to have my glowing blocks. I've never been a big fan of ones like that, and like using glowstone on architecture on carpenter's blocks, things like that. I like the idea of light sources being visible and making sense. So I always like to, wherever possible. This is why I take so long with the lighting and having torch spam, is because I like to come up with designs for like kind of lampposts and lighting that's actually going to be visible and make sense. So I'd rather take the extra time to figure that out and just deal with torch spam for a while than use like hidden lighting in like we're using glowing blocks. It's purely an aesthetic choice. I think that's more stubbornness than being a good builder. But yeah, they the architecture craft glowing blocks and like just adding glowstone to carpenter's blocks is definitely a very valid way of doing the lighting. And certainly looks better than torch spam, but the other downside to doing it that way, though, is that you then have to, if you decide later on to switch it out, if I did that to start with and then decided to switch it out later for something more visible, I'd have to go around and find which were the glowing blocks and which ones weren't. I feel like that would just be a pain in the ass to do. Yeah, well, what I do have some ideas already for like lampposts for around the roads. The Abyssal Craft. No, it's not Abyssal Craft, is it? It's the Abyssal lanterns. These things, the Abyssal stone lanterns, they fit in nicely with the like the darker stone look that we have. So we're going to be those with like a post similar to these underneath them, kind of along the roadways. There's so much left to do with this build. This is one of the reasons why I like I've said already, I think, like one of the reasons I chose to use GTNH as an excuse to do more building was because this pack is going to take so long to finish. I'm going to have so much time to build and actually improve my builds. Like, I don't feel like I have to rush to get it done by the time I finish the pack, because there's just going to be plenty of time for it. At least in theory, anyway. Right, so I think what I actually want to do is... I think I want to take this out. And I think I want to bring this up to... yeah, there. Now doing something wrong, so for some reason when trying to make another rack in a barrel in the pack you're playing, it's mixing... Oh, are you playing StarTech by any chance? Heck no. Oh, Project Infinity. I started playing that a while ago. I actually need to get back to it. It was quite a fun pack, actually. Then you're doing something wrong. So for some reason, when trying to make netherrack in a barrel. When you're making netherrack in a barrel, though, you don't pump both liquids in. One of the liquids has to be placed kind of above the barrel. So one liquid is piped into the barrel, the other is you kind of dispense the other liquid above it, rather than having both pumped in there. It's one of those things that's quite confusing in the way it's shown in JEI. Or EMI. I can't remember which version's in Project Infinity. I never put my inner corner balustrades in, did I? Right, what we need is... Oh, shit, you know what I actually need to do? I need to go and repair my saw. Because this thing is going to get a lot of use. And I don't want to keep making new ones. Because if I remember rightly, yeah, we need to do diamond plates. And diamond plates take forever to actually bloody cut. At least until a little bit later on when we have a better cutter than an MV one. So if we... No! Are you telling me I can't... Oh, I hate you. I can't repair my diamond saw. It's not a GT tool, it's a Forge Microblocks tool. It's not a GT tool. That's the only reason I checked it. That's annoying. Oh, well, it is what it is. Right, how close to the surface do we want these? Yeah, it should. Well, the whole reason we made it was for the frames, for the forestry frames. How deep do we want this to go? We might need to make some more glowstone. Let's just try some there and some there. Then we need these. Let's just test this out and make sure this works before we do anything too drastic. Yeah, that's pretty much why we're doing the Alveary now. Well, we've had the an Alveary for ages. I made that like weeks ago, and I just never set it up because I wanted to get to the restorer first. Right, so we've got a couple of options here. So if we do that, and then... Actually, I could have just done that with slabs, couldn't I? Like, do we want it a little bit deeper like that? Or... Are you going to work? No. Which do we think looks better? Actually, I should probably do these on two different sides, just so they're not kind of conflicting with each other. So... more like that. I'd probably put something across the back of there as well, actually, potentially. Maybe. More like that, or with it slightly lower. I don't mind either of them. I do like things like this where you've got kind of, it shows different, like it looks different depending on the angle. Like, so if you look at it like from here, obviously you can't see anything. The more you look, the kind of more above it you are, the more you can see, and it just kind of changes as you move around. I think I prefer the slabs, honestly. I think I prefer the slabs rather than the panels. Actually, I wonder if we could we put like green stained glass along there or some kind of stained glass along there as well? Would that work? Do I have any stained glass? I got some red stained glass. I don't really want to use red stained glass for this, but... I guess we try it, see how it looks. I don't know if I like that or not. Obviously not with the red. I don't like it with the red. No, I don't think I like it at all, honestly. I think I prefer it to just be open. I think that'll look a little better. All right, that works. Right, so we go and we do these down here. I would eventually like to... Wait, can I do this from here? Oh, I can. Perfect. I would eventually like to have something, a nicer light source than this, but I haven't really taken the time to figure out what I want to use yet. Right, so I'm gonna grab some more glowstone. Which we have a little bit more. I'm so salty that we can't repair the saws. Oh, actually, would these tiles look better? I wonder. Because we're only going to have like one corner of it there, or one half of it, so like it will cut off perfectly on the kind of the cut lines of this. Hey, if you've turned fire spread off, that's fine. That works perfectly. Actually, I do kind of like the fact that because like I think the next stage of this this kind of these people's evolution of lighting is probably going to be neon lighting. So I think like this is actually kind of a nice stepping stone to that. Like having the glowstone, so something like a little bit more simplistic lighting. Well, I have to say, it doesn't feel as bright. Now that I look at it, I don't know. What do you guys reckon? The flatter lighting like that, or the more kind of cut lighting like that? Let me get some... of those in there, just to... What do you guys reckon? The flatter lighting, or the more cut lighting? We'll probably do something similar around the edge of this as well, at least, or possibly at least along the front. I think I'm still leaning more towards these ones. I think I'd much prefer that. You're a flat lighting enjoyer? Yeah, that's kind of where I'm leaning as well. I'm really glad I've got unbreakable tools. Because with the way I build, having tools with durability would just be an absolute nightmare. I spend so long kind of putting stuff down, umming and ahhing over it, then tearing it out again, and... it would be such a pain in the ass. Well, the other ones technically were uniform, but it was just kind of patterned uniformity. Because the pattern repeated and it cut perfectly on the halfway mark along there, but so it was still technically uniform. It was just not flat uniformity. I don't like how much space there is at the end, although I guess we could just fit another Alveary in here. There is space for another Alveary there if we need it. And Netherrack is now automated. Nice. I think the one thing I really struggle with in that pack was not really having a real direction to go with it. Like I always felt like I didn't really know what I was working towards. It felt like there was a lot of like direction in the later game, but far less earlier on. And I am somebody who does not do well without direction. It's a shame because I really like some of the OP bits that you could do in Project Infinity later. Looked like they were going to be so much fun. Right, so we do you. And we do you. We do you. And I guess we have to do these as well. Where the hell did I even... Oh, there. Oh, yeah. This is the downside to these bits, is that we can't place other things inside those block spaces. All right, we're getting there. I'm going to have to do the actual end bits later. Going full GT and made a setup that was kind of bigger than needed. Netherrack production is not your bottleneck. I mean, it certainly isn't now. You never know. Later on, it might be. You're just planning ahead. That's all. Why does it sometimes show the preview, sometimes not? It's like if you're close enough, it shows the preview. But you can still place it even if it doesn't. How's that look anyway? That's quite nice, actually. I've got to do more with these walls as well. These walls are kind of horrible at the moment, but that's something for a later. That's a later judge problem. Still nothing grown on the topiary grass, so maybe we will be good with the topiary grass. I mean, we'll have to give it a little bit more time than we have, but we might be good. I mean, I say we might be good. We still have to make all the topiary grass. I think what we'd end up doing is having... I think what I'd have to do at that point would be to... If that does work, is what we'll do is we'll move these over to... the outside. And then everything past this point would be topiary grass, except for obviously the base of where the alvearies are going to go. Maybe we sort that out now. Since we know we're more than likely going to be switching that out anyway. Have an issue. You can somewhat understand what Java code does by looking at it now. I don't see that as an issue, at least not a negative one. That sounds like a good thing, especially if you're looking at developing mods. That kind of feels like kind of what you want to be able to do. So as far as problems go, there are definitely worse ones to have. Yeah, that'll work. And then we can switch this out for topiary grass if we need to. Right, okay, right. Let's get back to our balustrades. I will almost guarantee you that you will find plenty of things that you don't understand. Like you know it's gonna happen. There we go. I think that will work. Okay, right. So now I can put off actually setting the alveary up no longer. I'm gonna reiterate this now. I don't need input or anything unless I directly ask for it while setting this up. I'm just gonna reiterate that now. Why does it give us steel bolts? I'm assuming steel bolts are also another good source of instrumentum. Do I have any steel? I do not have any steel bolts. Yeah, can't bother to check it out. I guess we can. I'll see if these are a good source of instrumentum as well. I'm assuming that's why they're having that as a quest reward. Oh yeah, I've apparently already scanned them as well. I'll stick with my my stone, I think. Not that steel is overly hard to come by at the moment. Anyway, right, bees. Bees. There we go. No, that's bee breeding. There we go. Right, so we've got the alveary. There's a bunch of additional things we can make. But let's just read through this so I can remember what the hell we've done so far. The alveary is an advanced variant of the apiary. The alveary allows for combs to be produced faster due to its natural speed increase. A natural speed increase to production, as well as the ability to add up to 6 frames via the extra bees frame housings, and due to its ability to be modified by other blocks. When it says ability to be modified, oh, I'm assuming that just means like the additional like alveary blocks you can add in there, like the rain shield things, and I'm assuming that's the other blocks it means. It is possible to adjust the internal temperature of the alveary using the alveary heater or alveary fan in order to accommodate bees that require hotter or colder climates. Certain bees will not produce their specialty items unless they are jubilant. This requires matching their preferred temperature, humidity without any genetic modifiers. Some bees also need a block of something beneath them as well. It is also possible to use mutators to increase chances of mutation, alveary lighting, and alveary rain shield to allow bees without the nocturnal and tolerant flyer traits to work during the night and rain respectively, and the swarmer to use excess royal jelly to create princesses that last for a limited number of generations. If you're mutating bees that need a specific block in it, you need to place the required block under the middle bottom and have the one directly above it be a normal alveary block. Okay, good to know. So so in that case, we kind of want to be able to dig out the area underneath where the alvearies are going to go, so we can do any like piping and put any required blocks below them, I guess. Okay, so what else we got? Busy bees buzzing boldly. Obviously. These upgrades can significantly increase your production rate by keeping your bees from stopping production due to the environment. Rain shield can work through the rain. Lighting can work day and night. Alveary heater increases temperature a flat 20% each, needs power. Alveary fan decreases temperature a flat 20% each, also needs power. Alveary hydro regulator has 2 modes, water and lava. Lava, temperature plus 10%, humidity minus 20%. Water, temperature minus 10%, humidity plus 20%. Unfortunately, there's no way to make them like caves with a block. Okay. What else we got? So upgrading the Alveary. These basic upgrades to the Alveary make it more powerful. Frame housing automation, automation-enabled frame housing. Automation-enabled frame slot for the Alveary uses 5 durability every bee tick. If it runs out on that tick, it has no effects. Alveary Stabilizer prevents the bees from mutating into another species, ideal for breeding traits into a line. So I think one of the things we do want to do with this is make sure we have a breeding line of bees that has all the traits that we want, and then we can kind of breed those traits into other bees. We can do this via genetics, which I kind of think I would like to do. I would like to look into genetics. So I kind of want to build a little basement underneath where our bees are now. And we can have some machines. We can have like centrifuges under there for obviously processing combs and a bunch of other things. So we're gonna have to dig out a basement underneath there. But yeah, we need to get a breeding stock, so to speak. Anyway, Alveary transmission, power import for upgrades that use power. A hatchery hatches larval bees for use in genetics, or to create additional drones, not used for gendustry stuff. Alveary sieve, instead of the pollen from a bee fertilizing a nearby tree, it is stored here and can be manually applied. Requires manually placing woven silk in the inventories. The swarmer creates additional ignoble queens in hives around the Alveary. These are genetic copies of the original. This uses royal jelly or aromatic lumps. The latter are more effective. Note that all upgrades must be in the bottom 2 layers. The center block also cannot be an upgraded block, though the bottom center can. Although I guess not when it's got a block underneath it that the bees need to produce. When using power, the transmission block will suck down entire amps to fill a tiny amount. Use the Ender IO capacitors or something similar to prevent this. Okay. So the frame housing, can we put frame? Hang on, let's just go and set up the Alveary now without any upgrades. Ben Law does everything in such a visually easy to understand way that whenever you want to get visual examples, his stuff is almost always your you'll go to. That's fair. That is absolutely fair. Okay, so we'll put the first one down here. So if I remember rightly, it is literally just a 3x3 of Alveary blocks with slabs on top. We have an Alveary. Okay, so you can't... I was wondering whether you could put frames in anyway, and it was just that the frame upgrade was just an automatable variant of it. But apparently you cannot put frames in anyway. You need to actually have the frame housings. At the minute, I mostly just want to use these for kind of faster breeding. I would like to find an Oblivion frame, actually. I think the Oblivion frames you can get from... oh, where are they? From Strongholds, I believe. So that would be something useful to get. But for right now, what we really want is the frame housing, which means we're going to have to tear down one of those Alveary blocks. But that's fine. We can get rid of all of this junk now. We do need 4 proven frames. I think we can buy those, actually. Apatine electron tubes. And sealed wood frame blocks. We are going to need a shitload of seed oil, aren't we? That's one thing that we are going to need. Do I have much canola at the moment? 28 stacks. If we just... I swear I just took out... I did. I was going to say, I keep getting these visual bugs. Like, I could have sworn I took out 8 stacks, but they just weren't showing. And it's just like, for some reason, the inventory not updating. I'm starting to get a little concerned by the amount of issues like that I'm having. Right, how much will these give us? Each one gives us 125 liters. We've got 8 stacks. So it's what? 125 times 8 times 64. Oh, that is exactly 64 buckets worth. Which is a little more than we can currently put into here. But that's fine. That works. And these are what? Just in fluid extractor? Let's point you downwards. Grab you. I guess we could get a super tank with seed oil in it now, because like the canola. We have got that coming in from the crop farms. So we could potentially automate that now to some degree. Would we have space for it, though, is the question. Like, that I could fit it in where I would be happy fitting it. I could put it in there, couldn't I? Like, the extractor, we don't need any particular... Yeah, we could use LV. Is it... It's only 2 EU per tick as well, so I feel like we could probably run it off these. Like, this is currently just one basic LV steam turbine. This is producing sugar, which... Only 4 EU per tick. This is producing glowstone. Which is 2 EU per tick. So, yeah, we could easily just put another fluid extractor in here. And have our, have a super tank of seed oil. Because I think we got some super tanks left over. And then we just put the canola thing up there. Yeah, let's do that. That seems like a reasonably good idea. Since if we're gonna start doing more stuff with, bees and alvearies, we are going to need a lot more seed oil. So I guess let's leave this going. Actually, let's not leave this going for now. Let's remove you and replace you with a super tank. And of course, I can't empty that out into there, can I? No, that would be too easy. There we go. We got a LV fluid tank available now as well. Perfect. Right, that means we can put you into there. Right. Fluid extractor. Oh yeah, tin cables. We got that. We also needed a piston. Okay. Oh, damn it. That was... Well, we've got a few more steel bolts now. That's fine. Hey, Panda. How you doing? There we go. Right. That should give us everything we need to make... Should be everything we need to make everything else. Oh, wait. We need to actually make the piston first, though. How are you doing today, Panda? I hope you're well. All right. And then we need you... we need a conveyor, which we do not have. Okay, you just got home from school. Went out for lunch. Your cousin and grandma after. Oh, nice. I'm assuming do you enjoy spending time with family like that? Is that a good thing? Right, this should be nice and easy to set up as well. As long as we don't misconnect any wires. But we should just be able to put you there. And you there. Get rid of you. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. I always forget that. I'm so used to newer versions where things actually play nice. And don't get spat out all over the floor. Right. Now, the next question is, did that actually connect? No. Wait, where's my... Oh, there's my wrench. I was say, where's my wrench gone? There we go. All right. And you need to go there. You need to be set to import. You need to output to the bottom. And you've gone through all that already. Perfect. Oh, hang on. Oh, hang on. I've got Terrawar on me. Right, and then fluid auto output. That is locked. Perfect, there we go. Now we have seed oil. Oh, and we don't even need the Terrawar either. Perfect. Even better. Right, let's put you away. Put you away. Not really, but your cousin and grandma tag team take you to school, and your grandma took you today, but her truck broke down. Ah, okay. At least it got you out of the house for a bit, I guess. A little bit more. Something I need to do more of, actually. Just getting out the house. Okay, what do we need? Oh, we need appetite rods. Oh, we're going to have to do these as, like, appetite through there, aren't we? You... We're going to have to take one of the Alveary blocks back as well, I guess. We need 4 of these. Which means we're going to need 8 fine copper wire. 8 gold bolts. It's actually quite nice. That's just like 1 gold, 1 copper. So the gold wire, or the copper wire is... It was copper wire, right? Before I make a fool of myself. It is. And the gold... goes through there. And then... Oh, wait, no. It's literally just... I guess we make a bunch of... Like, I guess we make 4 lots of these anyway. Like, we get 4 out of each one, but we may as well make 4 of them anyway. Because we're going to be making more Alvearies, and I'm pretty sure we're going to want to have frames in them. We've got 8 of those. We got 8 of those. I will have 4 of those in a minute. We just need... What, 16 appetite rods? I'm assuming there's not a cheaper way than just 2 rods and a forge hammer. No, so we're going to need 16 appetite rods, which there doesn't seem to be a better way than the lathe. So we need 16 appetite. Do I have any appetite right now? Oh yeah, we've got plenty. And these are going to go through the lathe. How long are these going to take? Oh, 8 seconds. That's not too bad. We should put them in there then. Could be a whole lot worse. All right, what do we need in the way of liquid glass? 576. That's what, 4 glass, I'm assuming? Yeah, so 16 glass then. Oh, it's going to be nice to be able to get a bit more progress made in bees. One thing I have actually been considering is doing my first, starting to scout out areas for my first little kind of branches out, like where this civilization is branching out from here. I have been starting to think about where I'm going to do those, and so I need to look for somewhere to do the bees. Somewhere that I want to do the bees, somewhere that I want to do the Thorncraft stuff, and somewhere that, well, Thorncraft and magic stuff, and somewhere that I want to do the crops. Although the crops, I'm kind of in 2 minds about them, and I kind of want to like hold off on the crops for now. Just because in 2.9, the crops are going to be changing completely. Come on. I haven't got all day. I guess technically I have. Well, what's left of it. Right. Proven frames are the ones we can actually buy at the minute, aren't they? Do I have any over here? We need... We're just doing one of these for now, but we are going to need more of them later. So we just need... Hello? 4 proven frames. We got impregnated frames. No, I think I used all the proven frames that I had. Do I have any emeralds at home? Yes. So we just grab a stack of those. Eventually. Did I even click on that? No. Right. Let's see. Oh, I need to spread my iron ore berries as well. Alright. I know one of you sells proven frames. There we go. Six of them. Do we want to get some more? No, we'll leave it for now. They're just going to clog my inventory. Right, we got those. One of these days, I will make just like a forge hammer to actually have in the storage area. Hey, dead man. How you doing? You can't even blame anybody for getting dumped here today either, dead man. This is all on you. Right, okay, let's go and put the excess frames over here and grab the Alveary block. I mean, there are so many answers I could give to that, dead man. How is it Zidic's fault regardless? As much as we might want to, we can't blame Zidic for everything. Wait, do we need a circuit for this? Oh no, it goes in the circuit assembler. Oopsie. Okay, give me 2 seconds, chat. Just gonna go and check on something quickly. I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that. I am back. And we have Apatine electron tubes. We just got to remember that we have those later. I need 4 of them right now. Right, we need the Alveary block. We do need 7.5 buckets of honey, though. That's a thing. Hey, I will accept all responsibility, Blitzy. Usually. Update news on your cousin's arm. He has a broken elbow and a broken wrist. The wrist will need surgery. Ouch. Yeah, that doesn't sound like fun. Not gonna lie. Alright, so we need seed oil and we need sticks. I need to get seed oil attached to my storage system, don't I? We're not gonna do that now, though. Alright, we just need four sealed wood sticks, which is whatever 60 times 4 is. 240. 240 liters of seed oil. I will get this attached to our fluid storage. Actually, can we attach it to our fluid storage easily? Well, we could come down, like, can we... Actually, let's see if we can. We'd have to come down... Yeah, we'd have to just come down from there and, like, come across here and then... Go, ow! Beam. And go up to that. Should work, though. Right, let's grab some for now. At least it could be worse. Just the elbow and wrist, no necks or other parts. Yeah, that is true. Still sucks, but it's a little better than it could have been. Oh, we can just do the wood box frame. So let's do the frame first, and then we'll just bathe that. It doesn't make much difference which way we do it, but... That's what they usually say? Well, the fact that it's my fault. Is that what they usually say? I mean, I would generally agree with them. I am a liability, let's be honest. Where does this go? In the autoclave? No, it won't be in the autoclave. It'll chemical bath, I'm assuming then. Yeah, where's my chemical bath? There's... Oh, it's got seed oil in it already. Would you look at that? Perfect. Okay. So now I'm assuming this doesn't go anywhere daft like a circuit assembler. No, right. What do we need for 7.5 buckets of honey? How much do honey drops give us? I think it's 100 liters, right? Per honey drop. Yeah, so we need 75 honey drops. That works. Okay. I think I've put them all over at the bee place. Yeah, that's just coincidence that that's a thing, isn't it, Deadman? Oh, how do I always manage to go just like one too many? Are you sure you ever regained consciousness, Deadman? Are you absolutely certain? We could be figments of your imagination. It is very possible. I mean, it could be that none of this is real. All right, what else? While we're waiting for this to go through, I want to have a look at what we need for, like, research-wise for tantalum duplication. Oh, that should be easy enough. Gold, copper, tin, silver, lead transmutation. Those are all in one spot. Those are all, yeah, here. Like gold, copper, tin, silver, lead. And then I'm assuming that will unlock the Witching Gadgets one. I don't know where the one from the Witching Gadgets would be, though. Metal transmutation? Oh, it might come off the metal transmutation one, I guess. We'll have a look at that a little bit later, if we have time. Hey, there we go. We are making our frame block. Got frame block, frame housing. What are the ones we need? Alveary the stabilizer? What do they say the stabilizer did? Prevents bees from mutating into other species, ideal for breeding traits into a line. I mean, I might try doing that to get our, like, kind of breeding bee, stock of bee. I don't know. I'm going to have to play around with, like, all of these at some point or another. But the biggest problem we're going to run into is that, like, the Alveary blocks take so much to do. Like, if we look at these, we need, for the scented paneling, we need 27, is it 27 times 8 or 26? It's 27 times 8, isn't it? So, yeah, we need 216 scented panelings. Which is 216 buckets of honey. 216 pollen clusters, 432 beeswax, 648 impregnated sticks. What happened to my vision just then? That was weird. Yeah, 216 royal jelly, 432 fine gold wire. It's so much stuff. And not to mention the time it takes to make them. We probably don't want to do too many of these yet. So if we put you in there, what do you do? Oh. Oh, do you have to? Oh, do you need one frame housing for each? Oh. So we need one frame housing for each frame we put in there. I didn't realize that. I thought it was you'd put one in and you could get 5 from it. Interesting. Okay. So we may as well make the other 4 that we were making of these then. So we just do another 3. Each one takes, what, 75 honey drops, right? So that's what, 225? How many stacks is that? That's not right. 3.515625. Or 3 stacks and 33. Okay, that's fine. We can handle that. I just got 1 stack and 33, didn't I? Fucking idiots. It apparently takes me a while to wake up properly. There we go. That's better. Okay, let's put them... Oh, do we need to do anything else in the thing first? We've already got the electron tubes that we need. Yeah, we just need to do the 3 wooden frames, and we should be fine. Well, those, you can go into here. We are getting propolis from this as well, which I don't think there's much we can do with that, really. Apiarist pipes. Oh, we can turn it into sticky resin, because... Actually, I don't know how much of that we have left, honestly. Because I switched out the sticky resin to Or the stickweed to be harvested early, so we're not getting sticky resin. Oh, we've still got 439 stacks of it, so I think we're fine. How are you doing? Have you gone through all that yet? Nope, you're still going. And you're still only at 2,394 buckets, unfortunately. Okay, that's fine. Right, let's go and make the rest of these frame blocks. I'm not actually sure what bees I want to work towards in a minute. The Salis Mundus bee would be nice to have. With the ability to get Salis Mundus without having to bother making the balanced shards would be nice. Like, there is duplication for it, which is honestly not that bad. Like Auto Terror, Pedita, just all the base aspects and some Precantatio. It's actually not that bad, but if we could get it from a comb, if we get it from bees, that would be great. Glowing crusted stone. That doesn't seem worth it. Yeah, that's not a recipe we want to use. So we can get them from the Naga, the Lich, obviously the Salis Mundus bee, Naga, Lich, Hydra, Ergast, Snow Queen. Any of any of the bees from Twilight Forest will I get them, but the Salis Mundus one needs to be jubilant, but it has got a much higher percentage chance. The Salis Mundus one requires Thaumium Dust and Thaumic Shards drones. Thaumic Dust requires Ignis and Edenic. Ignis requires 2 Fiery. Edenic, or Edenic, I don't know how that's supposed to be pronounced. Needs Exotic and Tropical. Where do you get Exotic from? Austere and Tropical. Austere is from Modest and Frugal, which is from Modest and Sinister. Basically, there's a long line of things. I kind of want to get Salis Mundus because we can use that to duplicate Nether Stars. Wait, is that? Holy shit, that went through that a lot quicker than I thought it would. Okay. That works. I can live with that. We are going to need to get more proven frames, though. We need... Oh, we need... Yeah, 12 proven frames. Oh, yeah, so if we just go and buy 2 more lots from the villagers, we should be good. No, don't tell me you lost your trade. Oh, you jerk. Anyone else selling? No. So you just want any princess for a... Have I got any... all the rocky ones are pristine, aren't they? So I'm assuming that's any princess. Hopefully we can get him to unlock at the trade again. We should have a bunch of ignoble princesses somewhere lying around. I think they're over here. They're still just in a random chest at the side of my storage room. Yeah, that'll hopefully do. Right now, hopefully... I do remember older villagers being a major pain for getting their trades unlocked again. Ah, there we go. We're good. Got anything else? Propolis and 4 drones for a marshy drone. Oh, I should have tried to get some more elementum while I was there as well, actually. Why have I got 2 random deep slate bricks? What have I been breaking? I actually don't know. Oops. Right, what else are we missing in there? Oh, the frames. Alright, and now we wait. And then this should give us another 3 frame things. What I want to use these mostly for trying to breed new species of bees at the moment. That's the main thing I want to use the Alveary for now, and to try and figure out how I'm going to do, like, breed all the different traits into particular bees. Which are the traits that we actually need to focus on, by the way? Obviously, productivity. We want to find something with a higher productivity. Would be good. I don't know what has a higher productivity by default. I'm sure I can find... I'm sure there will be information on this online. But the higher productivity... I guess longer lifespan for ones that you need to produce stuff. What even are the other traits that we have? So lifespan, we want that to be as long as possible. Production, obviously, you want that to be as fast as possible. Pollination, I don't think matters. Flower types, I'd prefer to have those something simple. Like rocks would actually be fine. Fertility, you kind of want that as 1, I guess, for your production bees. But it doesn't really matter too much, I don't think. Territory doesn't really matter. Effect, I think I'd rather have none. How far into the quests am I now? We're just around about at HV at the minute. We're taking a break from the actual tech progression. In order to get some work done with Thorncraft and bees and whatnot. And kind of bring that back up into line with the tech progression. But we should be looking to... The next thing, once we actually start back on the tech side of things and the actual GT progression, we'll be working on upgrading, like getting up to EV circuits, and then working towards getting to the moon. And titanium. Oh, I can't wait for titanium. Actually, I probably should look at the... Okay, so the recipe for doing this is the same, at least at this stage, as other, like, newer GT packs. So it's just the titanium, tetrachloride, and magnesium. I'm going to assume that the magnesium, like, the only thing that really gets used up will be the rutile. So it'll be, what, 4 chlorine, 2 carbon, and then the rutile dust. And then you get the titanium tetrachloride that gets used up, carbon monoxide, which you get 2 buckets of that. So if you can process that back into the 2 carbon, you will get oxygen out of this as well, I think. And then the magnesium chloride. Oh, can we not process the oh, no, hang on. Oh, the magnesium chloride, you need to use the sodium. Okay, so yeah, this is the This is the slightly more complex version of this. We need to have the sodium in with the magnesium, the 6 magnesium chloride. That gets you the 2 magnesium back that you need for this stage. And then 8 salt. The 8 salt, I'm assuming, can then be probably electrolyzed. Yeah, back into the sodium and the chlorine. So yeah, it's all loopable, except for obviously the rutile, and you get a bit of oxygen out of it, but shouldn't be too bad. Thorncraft, that's a throwback. It really is. Like I don't know Thorncraft well at all. Certainly not in older versions, so it's been kind of a learning curve. I'm definitely enjoying the older Thorncraft to the newer one, though. Do you mean in this playthrough, Blitzy, or this, like, any other playthroughs combined? Bearing in mind, I've never finished the pack. This is the furthest I've got in the pack. We can look exactly how long we've been. Time actively playing, 417 hours so far. As you can tell, I'm not exactly trying to speed my way through it. I've been spending a lot of time on the actual building side of things. Although not enough recently. I really need to get back to it. Because, like, these are still not finished. There's not a building around that. This needs a lot of kind of texturing doing to it. That building needs to be finished. That stairway needs to be finished. There needs to be some texturing around there. I've got a giant ass fucking temple to build up there, which we started to map out, but this needs to go back at least, this needs to be extended back at least a couple more chunks. And made a little bit chunkier on the sides. Before I'm happy with it. I need to start working on that. Oh yeah, it's going to take a very long time to finish. I knew when I started this, I was going to be in for the long haul. Like, this is almost like a forever world kind of pack at this point. It won't be forever, but it will be a very long time. There we go. We can now make... You know what? I think I'd prefer these to be at the back. Honestly. Just so we can keep the front a little bit cleaner. Okay. So we were doing this, though. The stuff we were doing today was basically so we could get the soul frames going. The soul frames give a shorter lifespan and a higher mutation rate. I'm assuming the effects stack. A giant ass temple. I mean, just keep watching the stream, Al. There will be a giant ass temple. I don't know how ass-like it will be. I'll be honest. But, you know. Who doesn't like a nice ass? Al, how you doing? All right. So, where do we need to go from... Oh, I am going to need the stabilizer as well, I think. Because I want to be able to do... Right. This is the bit that I'm not sure about. You never played modded Minecraft, so you don't have the time, but you love watching them. That's fair. They are enjoyable to watch. Hopefully at some point you do manage to find the time to play, though, because they are a ton of fun to play as well. Okay, mate. I'm not too bad. My sleep is completely screwed up. I woke up 2.5 hours late for my stream. So we're a little late. But other than that, I'm doing all right. All right. We need the bees. What I want to look at is the stabilizer one. Charge Certus. Can we make Charge Certus core to the moment? Is that a thing? We might need to make an extra Alveary block as well, though, for all this, because if we want to put the stabilizer in, we don't want that in there the whole time. We want to be able to switch that out for something else. But where do we actually need to go B-wise now? Because I was working down, like, the metal line. I think iron is the next B that we need to get to. So what do we actually need for iron? Tin, princess, copper, well, tin and copper, basically. So this is the fun bit. I use the word fun very loosely. The bit of trying to basically get another princess. And basically just spending the time to breed in the drones. If I do Rocky and Copper, have they got any breeding possibilities? I don't think so. So if we put that in, we should be able to convert this to that. I want to... This is where I want an Oblivion frame. There is bee progression, yeah. The bees, the forestry bees are a lot more difficult than the newer bee variants. I don't know if you've watched much like 1.7. Like the older bees, they are a lot more difficult to do than the newer ones. So you've got whole kind of lines of bees. So if we wanted to get to, let's find one of the like indium bee, for example. You need to do the indium, you need to get lead and osmium to get lead, you need coal and copper, and then you've got this whole change of breeding. But on top of that, it's kind of similar to newer ones in that you've also got the various different genes. What do the bees do? They produce various resources for you. So, for example, like the copper drone, the copper bees, for example, will produce copper combs and gold combs, and also slag combs as well. And then you can centrifuge the copper combs into a chance at getting copper dust out of them. So it's basically a way of generating copper. And there's a whole bunch of different bees. So, like, I'm assuming the indium bee, I've not actually looked through all of them yet, but the indium bee will get you a chance at getting indium and a bunch of other bits and pieces. And there's just a whole host of different bees. There's all of those combs. And some of them, there's also ones that will not... Can we... Yeah, there's a few different bees that do various different things. So there's a lot to go through with it. And I'm very new to using forestry bees. And what? Have I got any combs that will lower production, that will lower lifespan? Definitely not general frames. We could do the soul frames, but then we'd have to repair all of them afterwards. I could have sworn I had some other... Oh, hang on. We'll probably want to put the rain shield in there as well, don't we? I'm assuming the rain shield will shield them from rain. And will allow them to work in the rain. You can go in there. I could have sworn I had some, like, chocolate combs somewhere. Or did I just... No, you're all good umbrellas. Yeah, it is very different. The way it works is very different to all the mods 10. I've actually been playing all the mods 10 alongside this. I'll be playing it tomorrow actually. But yeah, they're a lot more complicated to progress in. They kind of like in the long run they kind of do the same thing. But just the process to get to that point is a little different. Right, I want to just try these out. I'm assuming these don't just... If we put the frames in, they don't just keep running. I'm assuming I would still need to cycle the drones around. I do have a YouTube channel, but it is literally just my VODs re-uploaded. It's the same name as I am on here. Hang on, do I have a command for that? I don't really push the YouTube channel much. And I've really with the it's also only been the GTNH VODs I've been uploading as well. I should really do the All the Mods 10 ones, but oh, actually no, was the old. Did I upload the old All the Mods 10 playthrough to there? Hold on. I have a memory like a sieve. I think I uploaded that. Like, we're on our second playthrough at the moment of All the Mods 10. We're doing it in hardcore, but it actually realistically doesn't make that much difference. Do I have? Oh yeah, the old All the Mods 10 playthrough is on there. Right, let's sleep. Right, can I see? Okay, yeah, we can still see the progress. Oh, wow. Okay, so yeah, they do drop durability every B tick, so we kind of want to keep an eye on these. What happens if we take these out part way through? Because we're going to have to... What we might end up having to do is actually set up a Thaumic Restorer over here. The bee, honestly, as far as things go in this mod pack, the bees are probably not the they're not the most insane things, especially if you look at later on. This is one of the multi-blocks that the pack adds for the hives. And even that's not all that crazy when you start looking at things like the Eye of Harmony, which is that. And then the Godforge, which can I forge the gods? There we go. And then you got the Godforge, which is that multi-block. Things get a little bit crazy in this pack, to put it mildly. Am I going to need to worry about these breaking before this is finished? I do wish vanilla bees had a little bit more use to them. I do really wish the vanilla bees had a little bit more use to them. Yeah, we are definitely going to need to repair these before it's finished. We're already down to almost half durability, and we're not halfway through the process yet. Is that something I'm going to need to be concerned about? Do I have a way that I can pull these frames out of here when they hit a certain durability? I think I should be able to with conduits and filters. Do I have any filters? I do have 2 filters. It depends if we can check for NBT data on those. Or matching NBT. Right, I'm going to take you out of there for a moment. And hang on, no, I'm going to leave you in there. I'm going to take the rest out for a minute. Actually, no, I'm going to leave that one in. I want to check something. First of all, if we set it to match metadata, I think we should be able to extract when it gets to a certain durability. So if we wait till this drops down to 25... and then take you out of there. I don't know why I keep going around to the front. I can do it from here. Take you out of there. And then we set that to insert. Should match metadata. And then we extract from there. Always active. If we put that in there, that shouldn't get taken out. If we put that in there, it will. So we can extract these when they hit a certain durability. That is good. So for right now, I think I'm just going to... this. We'll have to sort this out properly later. If we just... actually, no, we want that connected, don't we? We'll disconnect that. We'll disconnect that. And we'll disconnect that. And then if we put that in there, that should get pulled straight out. And then if we put our queen back in there, obviously we probably want to set this to a lower durability than that. So I'd set it down to like 10 just to be on the safe side. And then once we'll come back and then we'll just replace the soul frames when they are done. So this should hopefully, there we go. Now they have all lost durability. Okay, perfect. We'll turn that off for now. I'm just going to put one of these back in. And let that get down to 10 durability. Then we can set the filter for it, and then we'll go and repair them. Then we'll let the other ones drop down, then we'll go and repair them. What did it say? Like, how much instrumentum did it say it used for the Thaumic Restorer? I'm sure it told us somewhere. I think it's 1 point of instrumentum gives 8 durability, I think. If I remember correctly. It said somewhere. Can anybody remember where it says? Because I cannot for the life of me remember. Right, so that's the durability we want to extract them at, I think. And then if we put the other 3 back in, it should use those up until it gets to that durability. I'm going to keep an eye on this because I don't really want to break these frames if possible. Also, I'm going to go ahead and guess that the topiary grass, it will not spread flowers on the topiary grass. So we can switch out all of this. Which is going to be nice. Yeah, what we're trying to do at the moment, for anyone not sure, is we're basically just trying to get this queen to be a copper queen, or copper princess, so that we can then breed that with the tin drone and get hopefully iron bees. But I'm gonna have to get down underneath here and dig out a little area below here for a little kind of maintenance area. Oh shit! Hold on. That was almost quite bad. All right, but yeah, I think we do need a Thaumic Restorer over here, so we might end up making another one. But I think we might be calling it there for the day, because it is. I've just realized it is almost 9 o'clock now. I do still need to get some food. Thankfully, I don't need to go to the shops today, but I do need to get some food at some point. Right, so we should... Please tell me we can put these in here. We can. Perfect. And then... that... repairs it. And I guess we could do a similar thing with the instrumentum. We could set this up to, like, kind of completely automate this process. Because all this takes is basically stone. Just put stone through a lathe to make long stone rods. Then put that stone through the alchemical furnace. That gives you instrumentum. Then the instrumentum just repairs it. Okay. Well, this is going to be my life for a little while tonight, I think. Basically just figuring out the rest of the stuff with the Alveary. We could also set this up so if we do a basic item filter and then we extract, we can extract only the full ones. And hopefully, all we need to do is just basically put the frames back into here when they're full. And actually set it to extract. And then it might actually work. So hopefully we can now just set this down and... well, actually, I don't think it'll reach getting down to 10 durability. But yeah, this might be the job for next stream. Is actually getting this process with the frames properly automated. I'm just curious at this point, like, what's going to happen when they... I'm assuming when the cycle finishes, it will just do the same thing an apiary will, and just dump the bees into this side, and then we have to manually move them back, or obviously use a conduit to cycle them back round again. Let's see if there's actually... oh, wait, am I going to have to... I'm going to need a copper block underneath, aren't I? Shit, I didn't even think about that. I'm probably going to need a copper block underneath to get to the copper drone, to get to the copper princess. Didn't even think about that. Although, no, it is rocky copper, so... oh, no, it should breed into it, but then once it is a copper drone, we'll have to... we'll have to use a copper block underneath. Shouldn't be too bad to dig out, though. Just dig out the area underneath here. I mean, looking back on it, I probably shouldn't have filled it in with cobblestone in the first place, but it felt like a good idea at the time. Anyway, guys, I am going to call it there. I apologize it was such a short stream today. Hopefully tomorrow, if I can stay awake between, like, now all the way to tomorrow, the stream will be on time. But we'll see. It might be a few days before my sleep gets back on track again. I'm hoping not, but we'll see. I'm going to spend some time playing around in this area with the Alveary, getting to know exactly how this works and how we can start breeding in traits into the bees. And yeah, thank you everybody for being here. Let's go and see if we can find anybody I can send all of you awesome people over to. I have no idea who's live. We got one person. We got two people. Actually, I think I know where we're going. Let's go and see Stick. He's also playing GTNH. He's a little further progress-wise than me. Make sure, right, once you get over there, just make sure you ask Stick if he's got his LCR yet. He'll absolutely appreciate that. Right, as far as the raid is concerned, all I need you guys to do is copy the raid message that the bot is posting now, the /me #Chichava raid. Copy that message. Once we get over there, paste that into the chat along with any heart emoji you have available. I feel like we need to get an LCR emote just for this purpose. Anyway, I will hopefully be back tomorrow. Keep an eye on the Discord. I will let you guys know as soon as I am awake, if possible. But yeah, have an awesome rest of your day, everybody. And that is Zidic's raid message. That's not what I meant to paste there. How do I always manage to forget to copy the actual channel name? Every time. All right, guys, have an amazing rest of your day. And once again, apologies for the short stream. But we should hopefully be returning to normal streams soon. All right, everybody. Take care.